Welcome to Backwoods Pursuit. Today we're going to look at one of the new First Lite 2019 products in the Brooks Down sweater or Brooks Down jacket by First Lite, as well as the First Lite Uncompahgre jacket, and kind of show you the differences between the two, because the Brooks Down sweater is new to the First Lite 2019 line. So I want to talk about some of the differences between them and help you to decide for yourself if the new Brooks sweater here is going to be something you want to take with you instead of the Uncompahgre, or if it's going to be in addition to your kit, so you can make that decision for yourself. We'll look at how they pack down, the insulation, and that sort of thing. So let's take a look. As always, we sure would appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button for us. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and check out our website, backwoodspursuit.com, for more gear reviews. Let's go get started. Alright, so first here I've got the Brooks Down sweater, or the Brooks Down jacket, whatever you want to call it. I'd call it more of a jacket than a sweater myself, but that's just me. The Brooks Down sweater replaces the Cirrus in last year's line with First Lite. So it's going to be similar in its functionality, but it is going to be warmer than the Cirrus according to First Lite in the way that they built this. So this is also one of the big differences here, is it's made of down rather than synthetic insulation. So you're going to have that treated down, water repellent down, which makes this more packable than an insulation that is not down or a synthetic insulation. So that's one of the nice things about the Brooks here. Obviously what that does for you is when you wad this up, it's much more packable than the Uncompahgre was, or is. So it's packing down really small. This is a size large that I've got here. That's going to be fitting me. A size large in this is going to weigh about 11.5 to 12 ounces. The medium weighs 10.9 ounces, just for frame of reference. And the fit on this new Brooks is going to be a little tighter fit than the Uncompahgre, whereas I wear a medium in the Uncompahgre jacket, and that's going to be the same for 2018, 2019. There's no change there in the sizing. I wear a large in the Brooks here because I need a little bit of that. You want a little bit of room to layer underneath this jacket. If you like it that way, it's going to fit a little more tight than the Uncompahgre. So for fit size, I'm 5'11", about 185, a fairly long torso, but I'll show you how this one fits. The arm length is pretty good here. For me, one of the complaints or things that I didn't care for as much was some of the First Lite under the base layers, that the arms get a little bit long, so it bunches up here on the end a little bit on me. But with the Brooks jacket here, I don't have that issue. It's cut perfectly. The size large is cut perfectly for me. There's no binding in the back. The zipper here, when I zip it up, it gives me plenty of room here in this section to add underneath it, but not so much that it's going to be bulky. It's still going to be great for drawing your bow and give you all that range of motion that you need. Of course, the nice thing about this one here is that it's got the hood, whereas the Cirrus didn't have a hood, and it's articulated hood, so you can wear a cap or you can not, just depends on what you like. But it really does a good job of allowing you to move and not have your motion restricted, be able to see all the way out of your peripheral and not have an issue there. So the hood is really nice, really comfortable, and the zipper is really good quality, as you would expect from First Lite. Down insulation is just super lightweight. Again, less than 12 ounces for size large. It's going to pack down smaller than the Uncompahgre. So I'll grab that one, I'll show you the difference here. Alright, so this one here is the Uncompahgre, and this one is the 2019 Uncompahgre, but I did confirm with First Lite that there is no change in the sizing differences. So again, for me, 5'11", 185, I'm going to be wearing a medium, and that's what this is. The medium fits me perfectly in this jacket. It fits just like the large in that Brooks, so just consider sizing up in the Brooks if you like that little bit of extra room, or a little bit of room to layer underneath, whereas with this, the size medium fits me perfectly. So you can definitely tell the first thing when you're looking at the Uncompahgre here, the insulation is being synthetic. It feels thicker. It feels like it's going to be a little bit warmer jacket, and it should be. But that Brooks is going to be warmer than the Cirrus was. It's down and it compresses more, but it is warmer. So it's kind of a piece that's between the Uncompahgre here and what the Cirrus was, but it does have that hood. So as you can see, the fit's just about identical between the size medium in the Brooks and the size, the size medium in the Uncompahgre and the size large in the Brooks. Again, everything else fits about the same. The tail on the Brooks is just a smidge longer, I would say, than the Uncompahgre, but the fit's about perfect. So I'll pull this off here and show you the way that this one compresses down. If you've used this or thrown it in your pack, it still compresses down nice and small, but just not as small as that Brooks is going to compress down, because it's the down insulation. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. The other thing I wanted to highlight real quick, and this could just be the run or the print on this, but you may be able to see there's a little bit of a difference in the tint of the camo. So this one here, being the Uncompahgre, has more of the brown hues in it, and here on the Brooks, it's got a little bit more of the blue, and these are blue colors, and these are both fusion. So they're same pattern, just a different run. There's a little less of the brown here in the Brooks for whatever reason. Not a big difference, not something that's annoying by any stretch, but just something to note here as you're considering that. But the print turned out really nice. The stitching looks to be really good quality. Obviously, if you love down, this is going to be an awesome piece for you. It's going to be something that's warm, lightweight. It feels like you'd have almost, you hardly have a jacket on, which is really nice, especially in your warmer weather. So for me, this year, I'm going to be using this during archery season. It's going to be that piece that I throw in my pack when I want a little bit of extra insulation. Again, it packs down so small. It's just the size of an Nalgene bottle if you want it to be, or less if you really wanted to compress it. And so I'm going to throw this in my pack as my insulation piece, maybe throw the guide jacket over the top of it, or if it's going to be colder out, you could throw the catalyst over the top of that, something like that, whatever fits into your kit. But it's going to be a great little insulation piece for particularly your early season, or a layering piece for later on in the season. But probably for me, I'll probably move to the Uncompahgre as it gets a little colder outside, a little cooler, and you don't want to have to pack as many pieces around. That's just a nice warm piece, and you can tell it is a little bit warmer than the Brooks, but it's not as drastic. Of course, I can't test that right now, being in the middle of summer here in June in Idaho. It's not going to even get cold enough to see what this is going to be doing unless you can get really high in elevation. So I'll update that as we get more time with the Brooks here. But so far, I'm really impressed with it, really excited to try it out and get it out in the field. So we'll keep you posted on that. So hopefully that's helpful for you in making the decision whether or not the Brooks here is something that you need to pick up, that you want to pick up to add to your kit, or if sticking with the Uncompahgre is going to fit with your style of hunting and the time of year that you hunt the most. So there you go. Sure appreciate you following along. As always, hit that subscribe button for us. Sure appreciate it. We will see you next time.